So for like since that day onward, so from sixth grade to like honestly till I reached university, I would call out to my parents every time the lights went out. Every single time. And that's how fearful I was. I was like, yo, like I need to make sure that I am caught up. And if I'm not caught up, I have to go to plan B, which is hide in the basement in the I shouldn't really tell you guys my plan because then Ona can't find me. Yo, laughter is definitely cheaper than therapy. This podcast will be full of laughter. Scratch that. There definitely will be some tears. But I can assure you that this is a safe space of healing and expression, like an auditory hug. Welcome to the Therapy of Laughter podcast. Hey, get it one time, get it one time. Get it two time, get it two time. To the front now, to the back now. Hey, oh, hey, oh. What? Hey, ha, hey, ha, hey. Hey, yo, ha. Yo, my dance moves are so sick. Welcome to the Therapy of Laughter podcast. I'm your host, Eileen, and thank you for joining me for the second episode on this beautiful, beautiful podcast. Today, we're about to get into some really deep matters. Yeah, this episode is named "Fight the Fear," and pre-warning, I was known to be a very fearful person in my life. My family members still make fun of me for it. I was so fearful that we could never enter a store an hour before it closed because I felt like they were going to lock us in the store. I know that's dramatic, but no, seriously, the amount of times that I have read the book Corduroy, I thought that I was going to be like Corduroy. And my mom would get so mad at me because she's like, nobody wants to lock you in the store. They want our money. They would never lock anybody in the store. They will make sure that everybody comes out to get the money that they need. I'm like, no, like they will actually lock me in the store like Corduroy. So like an hour before a store closed, everybody knows, don't ask me to go with you because I will not go. I will wait in the car or I'll find another excuse not to go. Right now I'm okay with it. I can go to a store before it closes, but like this was like a serious issue. Like this, I say I probably grew out of it at the age of 16, 17 was like when the time I was like, okay, like I can go to a store before it starts closing. Anyways, that's just my pre-warning that as much as I'm talking about this situation, this hits so close to home for me. I believe, my theory on fear. Well, it's not really my theory. It's Charles Darwin's theory, basically. And he had the theory of the fight or flight situation. Whereas it's either you fight any situation before you or you flight. So you leave that situation. And when you're about to fight a situation, you go through a process of evaluating if you have the necessary resources to fight that situation. So for instance, if let's make it exaggerated. If a robber comes in the door, do I have the resources to fight him off? Am I strong enough? Do I have a bat? I would probably fight back. But if I have nothing, if I'm not strong, I'm feeble, I'm a maga, I'm probably not gonna fight him back. I'm probably gonna run, call 911 and all those types of things. I.e., maga means I have to realize that these are not all Jamaican listeners. Maga means skinny. Anyways, so basically flight, or in this case, fear, is a survival tactic. We look at life as in, can I achieve this? Can I tackle it head on, or can I not? And oftentimes we look at a situation and we're like, yo, I can't overcome this. I can't win this. I don't have the resources. I don't want to go through with it. And so we fear situations. We fear aspects in life. And, as I was like thinking about fear and thinking about like even my life in its entirety, I'm like, yo, there's even certain situations that I haven't even experienced myself. But because I've heard like a rumor that it was like hard, or I heard a rumor that it's scary, I just never even, I didn't even take the chance of even looking at the situation head on, or like even trying it out for myself. Like even for like university, you wouldn't try a hard class. I mean, this it is wise. It is wise, but I wouldn't try a class because I'm like, oh, I heard that the prof is hard. I mean, their experiences might be hard, but maybe yours isn't. Like, even though it's wise, like, you do all of this stuff in reason, but just look at certain situations in your life where you haven't even attacked it because you're like, yo, like, I heard it was hard, so I'm just not gonna do it. And even like, have you guys seen those videos of people, like a random person will start running and then everybody around them starts running? And this is like, I always talk about the Black community because, i.e., I'm Black. But there's always like these videos of these like young Black boys, like they'll start running and then you'll see like everybody around them running and nobody asks any questions. It's like, bam, like you run no matter what. You drop everything. You're like, yo, I'm out of this joint. Like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like the fear that person had, maybe I should have it as well without even attack or even looking at the situation. And sometimes we're running from things and we don't even know what we're running from. Like, what? And even like, for me, back to me being scared. A scaredy pants. Like, my godmother, Miss Kayla, used to call me scaredy pants because like everything I was scared of, I mean everything I was scared of. Like, I was scared of Jesus coming back. I was scared of Jesus coming back. I was scared of roller coasters. I was scared of, what else was I scared of? Some other things I can't mention. Those are too embarrassing. But the two main things I was scared of, it was like Jesus coming back and roller coasters. So basically, I'll explain why I was scared of Jesus coming back. So in about sixth grade, I went on a mission trip. It wasn't really like a mission trip. It was like we're gonna call it a mission trip. It was in Toronto, so it was in the same city that I lived in, or like a city nearby me, because I don't live in Toronto. We went on this mission trip, and for one of the last service of the mission trip, the youth of that church decided to put on a play, right? And they put on a play about Revelations. Like, Revelations should be preached about and should be taught about, but like, this is supposed to be a joyful, I mean, you see, Jesus coming back is joyful, but the book of Revelations is very scary. I'm going to be very frank with you guys. Everybody's going to sit here and tell every Christian to be like, hey, Revelations is, it's so glorious. In sixth grade, Revelations was very scary. I purposely avoided the book of Revelations. Nothing in this world could make me read that book. I would never read it. Like, what? The sun shall turn into, like, what? No, I wasn't reading that book. Anyways, back to the story. So they did a play on the book of Revelations, and then they showed a YouTube video of how the world would be when Jesus comes back. And they're talking about how if you're not caught up in the rapture, how the earth will be for 7 years. And then they start talking about the age of accountability and all this type of stuff. And I'm like, yo, dog. I think in sixth grade, you're 12, right? Either way, I was either close to the age or I was the age of 12. And I was just looking at my life and I'm like, I sin every day. Like, what if I'm not caught up? Like, I just can't. Like, if I'm not caught up and live here for 7 years, like, in all of this stuff and the beheading and things of that nature, like, I even start to think about escape plans and like places that I will hide when I don't get caught up. That's how I was like, yo, I'm like, I still lied to my mom. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get caught up. Anyways, so after that, I just walked around in fear. Like, every single thunderstorm, I thought Jesus was coming back. Like, I went to school the next day. So the last day was a Sunday, so the next day is a Monday, so I had to go to school. So I went to school, and like, who would have thought there was like a big thunderstorm? Like, I mean, boom, ting, boom, ting. Like, the school is just rocking from side to side. And I was in French class, right? I'm in French class and I'm telling people around me, I'm like, yo, Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. Like, this is a sign. This is a sign. My French teacher got so mad at me. He's like, Eileen, you need to sit out the class. You need to sit outside. So I went to go sit outside and he asked me, he's like, Eileen, why are you talking so much in class? I'm like, listen, Jesus is coming back and this is a sign. That man, he didn't even know what to do. He just looked at me. He's like, you're going to sit out here for the rest of the class. Whatever. All right. So as I go home, it's still raining. It's still, boom, bam, bing, everything is happening. Pots, covers, and pans are licking in the heavens, shatter, lights flicking on and off on the earth. And I go home and the lights go out. So the first person I call to is my little sister. And the reasons why I called her is because I'm like, she's under the age of accountability. She's automatically going to get caught up. So I was like, yo, let me call to her and make sure she's still on this earth. So I was like, Alyssa, are you here? And Alyssa's like, yes, I'm here. I'm like, so to double check that she's here, or double check that Jesus Christ didn't come, I called out to my stepdad. My stepdad is a pastor, and he's like the most calm, humble man I've ever met. Like, he's a saint in my eyes. So I called out to him. I'm like, Daddy, are you here? He's like, yes, I'm here. So for since that day onward, so from 6th grade to honestly till I reached university, I would call out to my parents every time the lights went out. Every single time. And that's how fearful I was. I was like, yo, I need to make sure that I am caught up. And if I'm not caught up, I have to go to plan B, which is hide in the basement in the, I shouldn't really tell you guys my plan because then Ona can't find me. But anyways, I was so fearful. And I was afraid of roller coasters. One time we went to Six Flags and I got in the line. I got all the way up to the roller coaster and I said, I'm not going on it. And my dad was so mad at me that we left Six Flags midday. This man was so mad. He's like, I did not raise a scaredy pants. You can't be so scared of life like that. Mind you, my dad is very, very scared of roller coasters. So what he did was very hypocritical. But I was just so scared. Those are two main things I was really scared of, and snakes. But I don't feel like I have to explain why I'm afraid of snakes, because anybody should be afraid of snakes. But I was just so fearful. And honestly, it kind of took away the joy out of life, being afraid of going to stores an hour before it closed, being afraid of the dark and thunderstorms, and being afraid of roller coasters and stuff like that. It just took it sucked the joy out of life. It sucked the joy out of experiencing new things. I mean, what am I trying to say? Hey, I'm getting brain stop. Okay, come again. Yeah, being afraid of the dark or thunderstorms and stuff like that is definitely reasonable. But I lived in so much fear. I couldn't just enjoy the beautiful light show that God was presenting. Thunderstorms are beautiful when you look at it. Even the sound could be startling, yes. But if you look at the sky and the way that it lights up in the middle of of darkness, God is really orchestrating a serious orchestra at that time. And I was just so fearful of not being caught up. That's a valid fear, but still, I didn't appreciate the beauty in that. And also not being at a store an hour before it closed, I could have missed out on a good sale. And roller coasters are fun. Even though my heart drops, they're fun. It's all about the experience of amusement parks and stuff like that. And I just feel fear just takes away from that. And mind you, I still am a little scared of life sometimes, not gonna lie. I walk up the stairs backwards at nighttime when I'm home by myself, or I'll run up the stairs. I will admit that. But it's just fear, man. Fear just really just come and just cripple you and just paralyze you, because so many things that you don't experience yet or you're afraid of experience could be the best thing of your life, could be an add-on to your life. How enjoyable amusement parks are now that I go on roller coasters. I feel elite. I feel like a big woman. I'm on the roller coaster, just raising my hand. Like I just feel like I'm living life. Anyways, all I have to say is fight the fear. Like, resist it as much as you can, because you don't know the opportunities you can miss out in life being fearful of them. And also, don't listen to the fears of others. Don't let the fears of others influence you, because heck, I let the fear of corduroy, because I never experienced being locked up in a store. I let the fear of corduroy apprehend me from experiencing the full capacity of the store, as my mom would say. The full capacity of the store, I let that experience of a fake book apprehend how I feel, or my emotions towards a simple act of shopping right before it closes. So yeah, all I have to say is just try it. Just try the thing that you're fearful of. Try the class that you're fearful of. Try the I don't know. What's something that you could be fearful of? Try flying. Try flying on the airplane. Try going on a roller coaster, even if it's a small one. Just try new things, even if you're fearful of it. You don't know how they can impact or add value to your life. So yeah, that's my little tidbit for today. I hope you guys having a great week. I hope that that you laughed with me, chatted with me. I hope that you were blessed with me sharing my embarrassing moments of being afraid of Jesus Christ coming back. Oh, another thing, I'm not afraid of him coming back anymore. I will be caught up in Jesus' name. I'm not afraid. I'm okay. I'm getting right with Jesus, because every day is a new journey. Anyways, I'm closing out. Y'all know I have a problem with closing out. I'm closing out now. So yeah, all I have to say is fight the fear. And you never know what that fear could actually be, like the best thing in your life, or add on to value. You never know. That flight that you take could be a game changer. You can meet somebody that invests in your business on that flight to make you be a millionaire. You never know, right? All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next week. And thanks so much for joining me on the Therapy of Laughter podcast.